Hi guys, my name is Jasmine, and I am your small town Grey Witch. Now, this video is going to be a little bit more of a ramble than even my regular videos are, because I have a lot of feelings when it comes to this video. Now, I'm here to talk to you about why is it okay, or my thoughts on working with quote-unquote demons. I was going to do a video first on what are demons, where you see them in scripture, so on and so forth. But I'm in this state because I keep hearing it's about that time of Samhain. It's coming up in a few weeks, and I'm surrounded by people who don't like Halloween and a lot of people who love Halloween. And not many people know what Samhain is. And I will be uploading a video on Samhain. Go look up my page. There is a video about Samhain up there. Or it will be very shortly. But I get a lot of churchgoers who are like, demons bad, demons bad, demons bad. And then obviously a lot of witches are posting videos nowadays about how to work with demons, and I'm reading a lot of books about how to work with demons and so on and so forth, and my blood is just boiling, I guess, or not boiling, but very, very thick. This is something that I have a lot of feelings towards. I have read a lot of books on. There's basically 3-ish justifications for working with demons. And I will let you know the one that I kind of fall under. Because actually I kind of fall under too. But then I want to talk to you also about Solomonic magic. Solomon's way of pretty much trapping demons and then forcing them to do what he wants. So, let's talk about it. What are demons? Demons, it's just another word for anything or any spirit that is in hell that is not of human being. Or did not have a human bodysuit, pretty much. A lot of people say, well, demons aren't demons, they are basically demons are like the spawn of fallen angels. So Lucifer is not a demon, he is a fallen angel. A lot of people there's devils down there, but Lucifer is the devil. When I work with these spirits, this is all just labels and hoopla. That's what Azazel taught me, is that demon, fallen angel, being of the inferno, spirit from hell, they're just labels. They're just labels, and they don't matter. It's just a way of communicating. And if you sit too much on the labels, then you're not getting the point. So, I say demon. I know even some people are like, it's not actually a demon. Demon is the word from daemon. And daemon just means lower being. Ugh. Again, it's all semantical. It's all subjectual. These words are human words. It doesn't matter. As long as I am communicating what I need to communicate effectively to you, it doesn't matter which word I'm using. Okay? So I'm going to call them demons. And I mean all inferno hell beings. Now that we've got that definition down, let's talk about it. Okay? So, there are 3 main things of demons being okay to work with. 1, if you believe and you follow the text and the ancient beings and blah blah blah, a lot of demons are actually gods from other religions. So we're talking about Mesopotamia, Samaria, Canaanite. They're all gods from other religions. And they have been demonized by the Christian faith or religion. Or by the god Yahweh. Also could be known as the god Yahweh. So, usurper god pushed all these gods down. Or humans took the gods and said, no, our god is the best god. Your gods are demons. Or even daemon as lower being. You're not practicing the right way. So that is what a lot of people believe, is that the old gods just got pushed down and made bad. Perfectly valid reason to work with them. 2, if you look at almost every freaking religion, we'll look at Norse, Greek as the examples, because those are the ones that are most well known. There's a light and a dark. Heaven or Olympia, the world of Odin, and then the world of death. Hades, you'll get Loki. You get the world of chaos, death, darkness, dismay. And I know that there is a heaven for like farmers in Hades. But you also get like hell. I say Loki because he's the chaos. And that's what most people know. But there's actually like hell from hell. And that would be more of a good representation of what I'm trying to explain. So there is literally a life and death. That's how you think about it. You could say light and dark. I wouldn't say good and evil, because we all know that Zeus is not that good. And Hades is actually more honorable than Zeus in a lot of circumstances. But you got Odin, you got hell, you got Hades, or Zeus and Hades. Now you have heaven and hell. And I mean heaven like the Christian heaven and hell. Because I know there's actually a woman named Hel in hell when it comes to Norse. So, with all other religions, it's light and dark, and there's a balance between them. Why is there such a diverse split when it comes to Christianity? It is black and white. It is not a balance. It is black and white. They are completely opposites. They are not intermingled in the Christian faith. That is bad. This is good. Where all other faiths and all other religions acknowledge that there is no dark without light and there is no light without dark. We don't label Hades as evil. He is a respected being. Yes, back in the day they were petrified of him, so they wouldn't even say his name. He was the being of no name. But that's because he is the being of death, and death to humans is scary. But he, comes to find out, is actually one of the better gods when it comes to honor and compassion and everything else. So just because something is scary and we don't talk about it doesn't mean it's evil. But in the Christian faith, and really only the Abrahamic faith, it's good and bad, not light and dark. And I think that's bullshit. So, that's the second thing. Looking at all of the faiths, there's a balance. Why is there not a balance in Christian religion? Why are we not to talk about the devil, even though churches talk about the devil all the bloody time? Devil's coming for you because you're a sinner, but don't talk about the devil. But the devil's coming for... Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay? So I really believe, part of me believes, that religion of the Abrahamic religions has corrupted the balance and has turned it to good and bad instead of a balance between the two. Just saying. And I understand that they get that through the stories. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay. Next thing I want to talk to you about is, so I honestly believe the ancient God ones and then the balance. And then I think that Christians kind of corrupted the Canaanite, Sumerian, and I just said it too. Anyways, they corrupted that. So it was a balance, and now they said, no, my God's better than your God. Fuck off. And we were all like, my sword, your sword. Swing the big swing contest, if you get my point. This is YouTube. And I swear a lot for YouTube, I know. So, those are the two I stand on. Now, there is one argument that I don't necessarily stand on. But I've thought of this argument a lot. So, God made the devil. God made angels. The devil, Lucifer, was an angel. God gave angels free will. Obviously, he had to, in a sense, because the devil rebelled. And he had to do that of free will. So, if God is all-knowing and God is all-powerful, why did he give the angels free will enough to rebel against him if he knew that they were going to rebel against him? So does that make sense? Since he's all-knowing before he even made the angels, and I'm talking about if you're going through only the Christian Abrahamic stories that are taught today. I'm not talking about the Mesopotamian Canaanites. This is shit that I asked the priests when I was younger, and no one could give me an answer. No one could give me an answer. So, I'm talking about angels. Lucifer was an angel. Obviously, God had to give Lucifer free will, or he ordered him to, but either way, it doesn't matter, to rebel. And if he gave him this, and God is all-knowing, God had to know when he was giving the angels free will that Lucifer was to rebel. And he still decided to give Lucifer the free will to rebel. If he really didn't want Lucifer to rebel, he's all-knowing and all-powerful, he could have stopped Lucifer from rebelling. But instead, he let it happen, or even planned for it to happen, because again, he has a plan, and he's all-knowing, and he let it happen. So therefore, in his all-knowing, all-wise, all-powerful being, he let there be a hell. He let Lucifer rebel. You could even say he planned for Lucifer to rebel. But what is the motive for him to allow Lucifer to rebel? What is the motive for him to plan for Lucifer to rebel? If not to create the opposite side. And by creating the opposite side, creating balance. Now, if he created this opposite side knowing that it was needed, because why else would he do it? He's not just gonna be a vindictive butthead for nothing. He has an ultimate plan, right? That's what they teach us. Then it must be needed. Lucifer, hell, conceptually must be needed because he has a plan for them. Now, is that plan just to fearmonger us? Seriously, is the plan just to fearmonger us? oh, don't go near them, they're evil, blah blah. See, I'm the good guy. That seems pretty arrogant to me. Or does God acknowledge that a balance has to be made? Again, with that balance. So therefore, he created the balance by creating Lucifer. Now, if the balance has to be made, then we have to acknowledge the balance and find the balance within us, which means working with both sides will create the balance in us, kind of like a yin yang. Now, that is my reasoning when I was younger to even look into this shit. I don't necessarily agree with that now. I think that I more agree with the ancient gods and the balance that I learned after looking into it, but that was my thought process when I was younger to even start looking into this. Like, if God's all knowing and God's all planned, then he planned for that to happen, and there must be a reason. So they can't be all evil and scary because they're God's creatures and they have a purpose. And if they have a purpose, what is the purpose if not to teach us something? And if they're going to teach us something, we should probably look into them, read into them, understand them, and maybe even work with them to understand ourselves. For we are a part of them and they are a part of us because we are all spirit. So you can say that I'm full of shit. That's cool. I don't give a fuck. But that's honestly what this whole adventure started off with. And then it went from there. So, that is my reasoning for working with demons. Those are the 3 things that I've really noticed. They are a lot of questioning. Now, how do you work with demons? I have a video on how to work with angels. Demons are kind of the same. I really don't... With angels, you tend to work on a 4 group. With demons, I've noticed a lot more people work on only 1-to-1 instead of a 4 group. But 4 groups aren't hard. Go watch the angel video. Working with angels. Or how to bring angels into magic or something like that. Bringing angels into magic. That one. Watch that one. And you'll see that I say that each angel has a 4 set that goes with the 4 watchtowers, so on and so forth. Demons, yes, but no. It's more practitioners when working with demons work with a one-on-one basis. So me and my 1 demon, or me and my 1-2 demons that are willing to work together. It's not really as ritualistic. Yes, there's rituals, but for me, I really don't need them. So, each demon has a sigil, just like each angel has a sigil. The 72 Golwatia demons seem to be the ones that most people work with. I do not work with them. I tend to work with Azazel, which is a fallen angel. You can read about him in the Book of Enoch, and I will get into him later. But each demon does have a sigil. And each demon has a demonic N. E-N-N. N. It's a way of chanting or calling out to them to higher your vibration and to welcome them to talk to you. Azazel's is Ea Onka Azazel Aken. Now, I might not be perfect at saying that, but it works. So, work what you got. You can find a lot of the ends, the demonic ends on YouTube. People just chanting them over and over again with a drum sound to kind of do that rhythmic to bring your vibrations high enough so that way you can work with them. I love that. Turn on some YouTube, sit there and quiet, just listen to the drum beat and the end go over and over again. A lot of the times they'll have the sigil right there on the screen too if you need that visual aid. Works perfectly. One thing though, I'll do a whole video on demons, all of the facts, blah blah blah, later on eventually. But one thing I want to talk to you about is Solomonic. I can never say that. Solomonic magic. So this is where you use angels or a tool from God to pretty much bind the demon, to force him to your will. Yeah. So, one, I don't believe this is a good idea. I don't believe it's a good idea. 2, you wouldn't tie down an angel, so why are you tying down a demon, which is pretty much a fallen angel? 3, God hope it doesn't backfire. So, I've read several books. Pretty much you call on 4 angels with 1 leading. And that leading one has a tie to the demon that you're binding. And when I say binding, you're bringing them into the circle. And you're saying, do this, and I will release you and you can't hurt me. You're pretty much forcing them to do your job. There are plenty of books out here, very ritualistic, very blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to teach you how. I don't agree with it. I just don't. If you really want to do that, all the power to you. Do it the fuck away from me. I do not agree with it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm just going to tell you that I'm not going to help you. You're not going to do it around me. I will leave. If we were in the same room, I would leave. You're not going to do it. Nope. No, not with me. Find somebody else. There's plenty of people out there who practice this type of magic. Find somebody else. So, I believe that angels and demons are kind of like people. There's good and bad ones. They're not just good and bad. Demons are on a spectrum. Angels are on a spectrum. And it's not even like a one spectrum. It's completely different spectrums. Good and bad angels, good and bad demons. They're like, spirits are just like humans. They are complex. They are so on and so forth. Even angels, they have their motives, they have their complexities. Same thing with demons. So we're going to treat them like humans. They are partners in our magic. They are partners in our growth. They like helping us. I feel like Azazel's behind me going, try to help you, baby. Well, I get it. They're partners in our, he's right there. Sorry. They're partners in our magic. They're partners in our growth. They do like helping us grow. They do like helping us grow. They see us as beings of light. And when I say light, I mean like of spirit, not of light or dark, but like of spirit, that are having a human experience. And they acknowledge that the human experience needs help pushing through. So they are here to help us learn what we need to learn and what we signed up to learn. Okay? Yes, some of them are brutal on both sides. Some of them are sweet on both sides. Just like you get Aphrodite is known to be a little bit of a sweeter person, and the Morgans are known to be a little more kicking the ass. Same concept. When I work with angels, it tends to be very business oriented, straight to the point. What do you need from us? Okay, bye. When I work with demons, it tends to be a little more personal. And when I say personal, I don't mean like personal to me, but like personable. Personable is the word I want. They tend to be a little more smart alecky. They tend to be a little more down to earth. They're a little less and a little more. Okay, so both of them are powerful. Both angels and demons are powerful. Now, You want to do Solomonic magic. So you're pretty much calling on the angels to hold the demon hostage. Now, if you are a person and you were told that you are not going to leave until you do this, and we're going to bind you so you have to, that'd probably piss you off. You don't want to do that. Especially if it's one thing if you're asked nicely to help, but you don't want to be forced to help. No one wants to be forced to help. No one likes it if there's somebody going over there and going, get that done right now. No one likes it. So why should a demon? If you go, hey, can you help me with this? I'd really appreciate it. And I'll make sure I light some incense for you for helping me. You would be more interested in that. Because you know you're appreciated. Now, if you're good, you're going to create walls and stuff like that so they can't come back at you after you've forced them to do your work for you. But if you're not good and you got a crack in your wards and a crack in your cracks, then they're going to kick you in your crack. They're going to come back and they're going to fuck your shit up. I would. You're forcing me to do something. You're treating me like crap. You're literally binding me so that way I have to do it. F you. I'm going to come back and screw that fucking place up. And I would justify anybody else who would do that. But if someone was like, hey, Chaz, can you please help me with this and talk to me about it and blah, blah, I'd be like, yeah, thank you so much for asking me nicely. Can I make time for you? I'd absolutely love to make time for you. Let's talk about it. What's going on? What can I help you with? And then they'd be like, yes, thank you so much. And when they said thank you, I'd want to help them again. What's the bloody difference? Now, I did read a book that tried to justify it. This is the only real justification other than their spirits, their demons. This is what has been done, so it should be done. Know better, do better. So, I read one book about this that actually gave me a semi-justifiable reason. I don't agree with it, but I believe in reading books that you don't agree with. So, I'm going to give this justified reason to you. Now, these are ancient beings. They are not like humans. They are beyond humans. So when you pull one in and you bind it, it doesn't really have the feelings that a human would do about it. They are there to help you, and they are there to do a job. And they acknowledge that this is the way that we have to be able to communicate with them. And since they are beyond the emotional grade that humans are beyond, they won't take it personally. They don't get upset about it because they are beyond the emotional grade that humans are beyond. They understand more than we understand. They have a higher vibration. They have a higher emotional state. So therefore they know and they don't get upset. That was the gist of the explanation. The concept of having higher emotions than humans, because we are very emotional creatures, may be true. But if you do look into the biblical stories, basically Lucifer got pissed that God was liking humans more and loving humans more. Lilith didn't want to ride bottom. I mean, we have the 7 deadly sins, which are wrath, greed, envy, blah, 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 and are supposed to be personalized by these entities. So to say that demons don't have emotions like humans do and work on a higher vibration so they just don't get mad seems pretty freaking stupid to me. So, when it comes to Solomonic, hey, I said it the first time right. Magic. One, ethically, it's not my ethic. It's not my morals. That is not on my radar. I do not agree with it. And that's mine. So you have to figure out your own morals on this. You have to figure out your own ethics on this. 2, I don't agree with trapping beings. If they don't want to work with me, then I don't want to work with them. It's better that way. I'd rather work with somebody who's going to work with me. Who cares about me and I care about them. I don't want to force anybody to be around me that doesn't want to be around me. 3, I know if I tied my husband down, forced him to do anything, he would be pretty pissed, and I'd rather cover my backside. I'd rather just not do it and not take the chance of pissing someone off than do it, take the chance of pissing someone off, and hoping for the best. Like, rather safe than sorry concepts. Now, people say magic is unsafe. I don't believe it's unsafe if you work with it with respect, understanding, you own your shit. It's the people who think that their shit don't stink that have issues. And my shit is pretty freaking smelly. So, I ain't gonna sit there and think my shit don't stink and nothing's gonna come back on me. I don't have that kind of ego. So in which case, I ain't pulling shit. Nope, no siree. Not for me. Goes against my morals, goes against my ethics, rather keep my backside safe, and I just don't agree with it. So, that is my take on Solomonic magic. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. But this is my viewpoint on it. Maybe some of it resonates with you. You're going to do what you want anyways. Now, whether you choose to do this magic or just work with demons in a respectful, one-on-one, no forcing, I'm asking, invitational way, that's your choice. I'll keep working with them and angels in a respectful, polite manner. If you guys have questions on this, because I know this is kind of out there, leave comments in the bottom, and I will do my best to answer anything that you have questions on to the most of my knowledge, or find a place that I feel like is a good place for you to learn more about it. Now, if you like this video, hit like. If you like what I'm attempting to do here, hit subscribe. Hit the little notification button if you feel like knowing when I post a new video. And no matter what magic you do, go do magic. Bye, guys.